In the vast epic of the Mahabharata, there is one warrior whose story is filled with glory, loyalty, sacrifice, and unbearable tragedy. A warrior born with the power of the sun. A hero who was denied his true identity. A king who stood by friendship even when destiny turned against him. This is the story of Karna, the greatest warrior who never received the honor he deserved. Long before the Kurukshetra war, a young princess named Kunti received a divine boon. She was given a powerful mantra that could summon any god. Curious and innocent, she once decided to test the mantra and called upon Surya, the sun god. The moment she spoke the mantra, the palace filled with blinding golden light. Surya appeared before her. Bound by divine law, Surya granted her a child, a radiant son, born with divine armor and earrings, known as Kavacha and Kundala. This child was Karna, but Kunti was unmarried. Afraid of shame and dishonor, she made the most heartbreaking decision of her life. She placed the newborn baby in a small basket and set him afloat on a river. A warrior destined to shake the world began his life abandoned. The basket floated down the river until it was discovered by a humble charioteer named Adhiratha and his wife Radha. They had no children of their own. Seeing the glowing child, they believed it was a blessing from the gods. They raised him as their own son, and from that day onward, the boy became known as Radheya, the son of Radha. But destiny had already written a different story for him. Karna's dream to become a warrior. As Karna grew up, he showed extraordinary talent with weapons. His aim with the bow was unmatched, but there was one problem. In that era, only princes and warriors of royal blood were allowed to become great archers. Karna was believed to be the son of a charioteer. When he went to learn from the great teacher Dronakarya, he was rejected. Not because he lacked talent, but because of his birth. Humiliated but determined, Karna made a bold decision. He disguised himself as a Brahmin and approached the legendary warrior sage, Parashurama. Impressed by Karna's dedication, Parashurama accepted him as a disciple. Under his guidance, Karna became one of the most powerful warriors in the world. One afternoon, Parashurama rested with his head on Karna's lap. Suddenly, a poisonous insect bit deeply into Karna's thigh. The pain was unbearable. Blood began to flow. But Karna did not move because he didn't want to disturb his guru's sleep. When Parashurama woke up and saw the blood, he realized something shocking. No ordinary Brahmin could endure such pain. "You are not a Brahmin," he said. Karna confessed the truth. Furious at being deceived, Parashurama cursed him. "When you need your knowledge the most, you will forget it." This curse would later change the fate of the Kurukshetra war. Karna meets Duryodhana. Years later, during a grand tournament in Hastinapura, the princes of the kingdom displayed their skills. The greatest archer among them was Arjuna. The crowd praised him as the best warrior alive. But suddenly, a young warrior stepped forward. It was Karna. He challenged Arjuna to a duel. The crowd was stunned. But before the fight could begin, the royal elders asked a question. "Tell us your lineage. Which royal family do you belong to?" When they learned he was the son of a charioteer, they mocked him. Once again, Karna was humiliated. But at that very moment, someone stood up for him. It was Duryodhana. Duryodhana immediately crowned Karna as the king of Anga, giving him royal status. From that moment, Karna swore eternal loyalty to Duryodhana, a friendship that would shape the destiny of the Mahabharata. Karna's generosity. Karna became famous not only for his power, but for his unmatched generosity. He was known as Danveer Karna, the greatest giver. No one ever left his palace empty-handed. One day, the king of the gods, Indra, disguised as a Brahmin, came to test him. Indra asked for Karna's divine armor and earrings, the very protection he was born with. Karna immediately realized who the visitor truly was. Yet, he did not hesitate. He cut off his own armor and gave it away. Even the gods were stunned by his generosity. The truth revealed just before the great Kurukshetra war. Kunti secretly met Karna. She revealed the truth.
Forgive me, my
Karna was
son.
not the son of a charioteer.
I am your mother,
He was her
Kunti.
firstborn son.
Do not fight
That
your brothers.
meant Karna was the eldest of
Karna,
the Pandavas.
stop this war.
He was the true
You are
elder
my
brother
firstborn
of
son, the
Yudhishthira,
brother of the Pandavas.
Bhima, and
You
Arjuna.
cannot raise arms
Kunti
against them.
begged him to join the Pandavas. Karna's heart shattered. He had waited his entire life to hear this truth, but it came too late. He refused to betray the one person who had stood by him, Duryodhana. However, Karna made one promise. I will not kill
You will
any
still have
Pandava
5 sons.
except Arjuna. On the 17th day of the Kurukshetra war, the ultimate battle finally arrived. Karna versus Arjuna. Two of the greatest warriors in history faced each other. The battlefield trembled. Bows stretched, strings vibrated, and then thunder. Arrows clashed midair, shattering into sparks of divine energy. Fire met water, wind cut through lightning. Each astra countered with perfection. The sky turned into a Yudh-bhumi of celestial weapons. Arjuna, guided by Krishna, invoked deadly precision. Karna, fearless and unyielding, unleashed his Shakti with unmatched skill. Every arrow carried rage, honor, and destiny. For a moment, time itself seemed to freeze as both warriors drew their most powerful arrows. Then, release. A deafening explosion echoed across Kurukshetra, shaking heaven and earth. It wasn't just a battle of arrows. It was a clash of fate, pride, and eternal legacy. Arrows flew like lightning. Then, destiny intervened. Karna's chariot wheel suddenly sank into the ground. As he tried to free it, Parashurama's curse took effect. He forgot the divine weapons he needed. For a brief moment, Karna stood defenseless. Following the guidance of Krishna, Arjuna released a powerful arrow, and Karna, the greatest tragic hero of the Mahabharata, fell on the battlefield. After Karna's death, the truth of his birth was revealed to the Pandavas. They were devastated. They had unknowingly killed their own elder brother. Even Krishna acknowledged that Karna was one of the greatest warriors and most noble souls in the entire epic. Karna's life was not defined by victory or defeat. It was defined by loyalty, honor, sacrifice, and tragedy. A hero who never abandoned friendship. A warrior who gave away everything, even his life. And that is why, thousands of years later, the world still remembers Karna, the tragic hero of the Mahabharata. In the war, stripped of his divine protection, Karna fought bravely against Arjuna. Even when his chariot wheels sank into the earth, even when fate turned against him, Karna stood tall, a warrior of honor till his last breath.